Hi, this is going to be an Ahlusion juice review, and it's going to be pretty long probably because I have a lot of flavors to go over, and then there's going to be another half to come because I have a good amount of flavors that I think about 9 or 10 that are still steeping. I'm still giving them a little bit more time, plus I have enough flavors here that I don't really need to talk about them yet. But anyway, I'm going to start off with the first juice that I've tried from them, and I don't have it anymore because I gave it to my grandma, but it was called the Cherry House Blend. I do not believe that they have the house blends anymore. House blends were a line that they used to carry. It was like a tobacco line, and I'm not sure if it's a permanent thing that they're getting rid of. Somebody speculated that the owner, his name is Vlad or something like that, W-L-A-D. I think it's considered Vlad. I think it's German, but I'm not really sure. But anyway, he said that he didn't really care for the house blends, so they might have been getting rid of it. I don't really know, but it's basically a very light tobacco with a cherry. And mind you, previous to Ahlusion, all of the cherry type flavors I've ever tried, unless they were candy, they always tasted medicinal. And when I say medicinal, like specifically like cough syrup, which I don't care for and most people don't care for. However, even though I wasn't particularly fond of that flavor from them, the cherry in it was very good. It did not taste medicine like at all. It tasted like a kind of like the maraschino whatever juice. Like if you were to take the cherries out and just like kind of, like when I was a kid, I would drink the juice or whatever. That's what it tasted like. But I mean, it wasn't an overly bad flavor or anything like that. It was just nothing special, and I figured my grandma would like it. Another good thing to mention, at least for me, is that they are from Michigan, and I'm from Michigan, so that kind of like, you know, is good in my book. They are actually pretty close to my grandmother, like I think about a half an hour away. And they do provide free shipping to Michigan. Not really sure why, but they do. Anyway, the first flavor I'm going to vape on camera is this one called Shipwreck, and it is a tobacco flavor as well. It's kind of like a coconut, and it has like a hint of lime in it. I haven't tried this one in a while, so I'm not sure if it's changed at all, but the last time I tried it, it hadn't really changed from previous. So I have it on my Pravari on this RBA. It's a 1.4 resistant, just standard coil, and right now I think it's set at 3.6 volts, because I don't really like my juices too warm. Yeah, it doesn't really taste much different from the last time. Yeah, I don't know. If anything, it's just a slightly more coconut and creamy. And mind you, I like coconut, and I like coconut vapes, but for some reason, or maybe I don't like coconut vapes, I don't know, because like I'll like it initially, but like it's not something I can vape like consistently. It's definitely not an all-day vape for me, as far as coconuts in general. This flavor specifically, again, it's not bad. It's just, I have so many juices that I'm like extremely picky. So this one is definitely not really for me. It's, I don't know if it's, I might just not like their tobacco. I'm not really sure. I do have a couple tobaccos that are steeping from them, just to see, but it just might be that I don't like the base of tobacco they use. And it gives me a headache. I don't know if it's just coincidence, but it seems like every time I vape it, I get a headache. This next one, I'm not even going to vape again because I don't like it that much. And it's nothing per se against the flavor, but basically it's Peppermint Mocha, and as you can see, there's like a little bit of residual stuff at the bottom. I wouldn't be too worried about that. I believe it's just the coffee. I'm guessing because like they make a lot of their own extracts, like the cherry one I was talking about, that's their own extract that they use using Michigan, I don't know if it's like a special type of Michigan cherry, but it's made with Michigan cherries, and I'm guessing they use a coffee extraction, because I've done my own coffee extractions, and when it settles, it looks like this. But anyway, the reason I don't like it is because I'm guessing they use a Kona base for this, and I hate Kona. Like, I hate it so bad. To me, it just, it reminds me of skunks. And I hate it. Even just smelling it, it just puts me off. So I'm not even going to try that or vape it for you on camera. I hate it that much. But if you like Kona coffees, like Virgin Vapors, for instance, a lot of their coffees are Kona based. So if you like Virgin Vapors, you might like this a lot. Like, it's very light on the peppermint, and the mocha part of it is more of like a cocoa as opposed to like a chocolate, like a hot chocolate type thing. And the Kona flavor is definitely there. But yeah. And this was made in like April, so it's had plenty of time to steep. And this one was a 50-50 blend. All these are going to be 0 nicotine, and this other Shipwreck was 50-50. Alright, so that was those two. And going off my first 3 flavors, I really was like hesitant to even try anything else, just because I don't know, I didn't really care for any of them. I'm glad I did though. All of these were not really gifted, but I did a swap with somebody, a friend from the eSig forum, and we basically just swapped juices that we liked or whatever, and she sent me all of these. So I'm glad that she did, because I actually like every single one of them. There's one that's like and I'll start off with that one, but even it is good. It's just nothing I would purchase. This one is Peppermint Bark, and some of these aren't in the legit packaging because she just took it from her own bottle or whatever, but it really doesn't matter much. The only thing is I'm not entirely sure what these unbottled versions are as far as like the VG-PG ratio. I'm guessing they're all 90, well, I can't even say that. I was going to say I'm guessing they're all 90-10, because the 2 that have labels on it are 90 VG, 10 PG, but the one that she gave me was a 50-50, so not entirely sure. But honestly, like, the 90-10s, even though it's really high in VG, they're still really flavorful, at least dripping wise. I haven't put them in tanks yet. This one is Peppermint Bark. I think this is actually better than the last time I tried it. Mind you, I'm not big on dripping, but it's just easiest to test flavors this way. See, this is what I was expecting Peppermint Mocha to taste like, except there's no coffee in this. But it's really good. It's actually probably the best chocolate vape that I've had to date. Mind you, I haven't had much luck with chocolate vapes, but it's really good. Basically what it tastes like to me is like a hot, I don't know why. People say I have an accent. I know this is like random off the subject, but people say I have an accent, specifically a Michigan accent. I don't really know what that means, but I guess I talk fast, I slur together some of my words, and I pronounce my O's differently. Which the O thing, I can't help it. I don't know why. I only lived in Michigan for like 2 years, like when I was a toddler, so I don't really know how I would have a Michigan accent, but whatever. But yeah, basically it tastes like hot chocolate, cocoa, whatever you want to call it, with a hint of mint. The mint is very slight. It's definitely not like overpowering, or like, I don't even think it's mentholated, to be honest, because I'm not getting like a cooling sensation. But I'll turn it up just a tad. I'm not really getting much of a cooling sensation, but it's really good, actually. I think eventually, if I ever get around to making my coffee extraction, that I'm going to try making my own peppermint mocha, because I think it would be amazing with some coffee added. But to date, I haven't found even a coffee flavor that I like as far as like the actual flavoring. So, you know, if you don't want something done right, you got to do it yourself. So. And this next one is Mango Lassi. This one's the 50/50 one. And mind you, I don't even think I like mango in real life, but for some reason, like vape-wise, I believe this is the second mango blend that I have liked. So maybe I just didn't have a ripe mango, because I've heard like if it's not completely ripe, it can be kind of nasty. Either that or my tastes have changed, because I haven't had it in a long time, so. Anyway, kind of hard to describe fruits, but it definitely tastes tropical. If you've ever had a mango, I imagine that's pretty much what a mango tastes like. But it's got a little bit of a cream, maybe even milk note. I don't know that it's necessarily a cream note. I think it's more of a milk note. Let's consult Ahlusion.com. And speaking of Ahlusion, while I'm looking so there's not dead silence, there's something wonky that's been going on with Ahlusion. I'm not sure if we're being paranoid or if there's really something going on. They've been having a lot of sales lately, like every day. I think one of them was up to like 30% or 35%, like something ridiculous. They usually don't have sales that are that high. As far as I know, typically you're looking at anywhere from maybe 15 to 20%, rarely. And then you can stack your coupons, because they'll give you like this feedback email, usually like a couple weeks after you put your purchase in, and they basically just want to know what you think about the juice, and then they give you like this code that you can use for 15% off. It only lasts like I think 5 days or something. Like, it doesn't last for very long. And Mango Lassi isn't even on here. See, like, that's like one weird thing. Like, I don't know if how long it's not been available, but like strange things have been happening. Like I said, the constant sales, and like now all their juices are available on one page, where you used to have to go to page 2 to see them all. So there's like less juices, like flavors available than usual. So I guess a lot of juices are sold out that usually aren't sold out. It's just weird. It's like they're almost trying to get rid of their juice as quickly as possible, like for some reason. I'm not sure why. As far as like, because like I'm a relatively new customer, but from what people have been saying on the forum, it's not normal. Like, they're not acting normal. So hopefully there's nothing bad going on. But like with all these FDA things looming, and even this one vendor that I guess was working with Vlad or Wad or however you pronounce his name, said that they've lost touch with him, like randomly. So it's like, I don't know what's going on. But since it's no longer available on their site, I'm guessing it's like a milk infused, like a smoothie, I guess. Let's see. Lassi says that it is a yogurt-based drink from India. So it's a blend of yogurt, water, and sometimes fruit. So yeah, it's like a smoothie, basically. And that's pretty much what it tastes like. It tastes like a mango smoothie. So it's good. Like, I don't know that I would purchase it on my own, but I'm definitely glad I tried it, and I'll keep it around, just I feel like having something different. Yeah, and now I want to try mangoes again. Alright, this next one is strawberry vanilla cake. They also do have a strawberry shortcake, so I'm guessing the only difference between the two is the cake part. I guess one is like, you know, more like a shortcake and one's like a cake. I haven't had the shortcake version, so I don't really know, but it's described as fresh strawberries, rich, warm, vanilla flavored cake. Yeah. And I will say, I'm a big fruit vapor. I like fruit a lot, especially lately. I've been on a real big fruit kick, which is ironic because the two top flavors that I've been vaping lately, either are fruit, but whatever. But I don't know, strawberry is a kind of hard fruit to get right. A lot of the strawberries I've tried, even like, because I used to, you know, DIY my juices, I've kind of fallen away from that. But a lot of strawberries end up tasting, a lot of fruits in general end up tasting candy-like and not like the actual fruit. Which, you know, is fine. I like candy flavors as well, but sometimes I really just want a genuine fruit flavor, and I don't really want that artificial chemical, not really chemically, but just, you know, I want something natural. And this definitely, their strawberry is good. Actually, all the fruits that I've tried have been good. So yeah, it's like, now mind you, I'm not a big bakery vapor, but I do like the strawberry part of it. I wouldn't reorder it because I don't really care for the cake part. I don't really know why. I just, like I said, I don't really care for bakery flavors. Every kind of baked good type juice I've tried, I haven't liked. So I do like the strawberry in it. And I will, like, continue to vape this. It's just nothing that I would purchase. And as you can see, the vapor collection is perfectly fine. Alright, this next one is sweet cherry something. And out of the cherries thus far, this one is my favorite cherry. And I actually have it in a cardo mixed with something else from Ahlusion. And I'll get to that in a second. This one is 90 VG 10 PG, and it has been steeping for over 2 months, closer to 3 probably, because high VG juices, as I've stated before in other videos, can take a very long time to steep. I'm guessing because it's a bit thicker viscosity than other liquids, such as PG, but I tend to like VG better anyway. And I'm slowly aiming towards higher and higher VGs as time progresses, but Yeah, it tastes like the cherry filling of like a pie. And mind you, and I know I'm in the minority and people say I'm really weird, I don't like pie. The only pie I like is like pumpkin pie. Apple pie is okay, but it's nothing I would seek out. I don't know, I'm more of a cake person. This one I have in here is a mixture of the sweet cherry something and watermelon jubilance or something like that. It's a flavor I'm not reviewing right now, but I don't know, something about the cherry and the watermelon together. That's pretty good. Anyway, so that's that one. I really do like it. You heard music in the background, like techno type music. It's because I'm playing Resident Evil 6, and yeah, that's the music in one of the levels or whatever. It's a pretty good game. I like it. I was very skeptical at first because it has like this weird action. You have to push these action buttons, and I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I don't like that. I don't like when you're forced to like do certain button movements, and if you don't do them, then you die. It's like, I don't like that. I like to shoot and solve puzzles and all that good stuff. I'm not really into the whole push R1, then L1, then R1, then L1, then up, down. It's like, no. But luckily, it was only in the very beginning of the game, and I guess it was to kind of teach you what to do as far as like what the movements are and stuff like that. I don't know. Anyway, this next one is blueberry vanilla cake, and it's pretty much just like the strawberry vanilla cake, except it's blueberry instead. And this one is like highly talked about it's highly revered, or whatever you want to call it. I do prefer this to the strawberry, which is very odd, because strawberry is one of my favorite fruits, if not my favorite fruit. But, I don't know, there's something about the blueberry that's really good in this. Yeah, I do like this one. This one's a 90 VG, 10 PG as well. It's very, I don't know, it's kind of light on the blueberry, to be honest. The thing I like about this blueberry is it's not perfumey at all. Blueberry is a very hard fruit to get right, even more so than any other fruit, I think. Lemon and limes can be tricky too, because sometimes they tend to taste like cleaner, but yeah. And I don't know if it's just me, but for whatever reason, I'm getting a little bit of like a saltiness to this one that I wasn't getting in the strawberry one. So I don't know if they added saline to it, because some vendors do that. Like one of my favorite vendors at the moment, which is Open Source Vapor, which I haven't done a review on yet because I'm waiting on basically one flavor. The other flavor I know that I love. It's amazing. The other flavor I'm still kind of iffy about, but they are pretty young in terms of, because these are 100% VG juices by Open Source, and those can take a while to, you know, ripen or become, you know, their peak of vaping. But anyway, so I'm still giving the one thing time. I don't know if it's a flavor that I'm going to like, because usually I can tell if I'll have some interest in it. And this one, and it was like a gamble, because it's not something I typically go for, but the lady, her name's Candy, she was like the first one I've seen do a review on it, one of the very few, at least at the moment. She she seems to like a lot of the same flavors that I do. She's the one that turned me on to the Coca-Cola and the other flavor that I'll be reviewing with the others. And she was spot on both of those. I love those. So, you know, I was taking a gamble and got this other one, but I think that one might be a fail. I'm getting a really strange note to it, but she vapes nicotine, so that can change things. I don't know why it affects the flavor, but it does. Anyway, this next one is lime cream, talking about lemon and lime flavors. And this one's really good. I actually do prefer this one in a tank or a cardo opposed to dripping, because it kind of tones the lime down just a little bit and brings out more of the creaminess. But I will say this about Ahlusion, their cream note is really good. Like, I do not like cream in most, I don't think really any, I've found a cream I've liked in any kind of vape, but their creams are good, which, I don't know, to me is very unique. And I'm, like I said, I'm very picky with my juices, so yeah. To me, I don't know what you would call it. I think it's called a parfait, but I could be wrong. But if you've ever had Jello with whipped cream, it's like a light layer of whipped cream on top. I believe those are called parfaits, Jello parfait or something like that. It tastes exactly like that. It tastes like a lime Jello with a thin layer of like that cream, that like gelatinous cream. But it's really good. And it's light enough. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, the lime's not overpowering or anything, but you gotta understand that I'm not big on dripping anyway, so I don't know, it's just something about dripping that hurts. Like, it hurts my chest. I used to think it was the wick, but now I'm beginning to think it's just the act of dripping. I don't know what it is, because like in my tanks, I don't have this issue, and I use the exact same wick in my tanks that I vape on, like, all day. Because I rebuilt all of my Pro Tank 2 heads. So, I don't know. It's just weird. Anyway, the next one is pineapple cream. This was another one I was really skeptical about, because I like pineapple, but I wasn't sure about pineapple and cream together. This one also had Breeze added. Breeze is like a cooling sensation or note that you can have added to your juices, and she opted for the Breeze. And at first when I had it, I thought I was tasting things, but it turns out it was the Breeze that was added. Not that it was a bad thing, it was just something that I wasn't expecting to be there, and it kind of freaked me out a little bit. And it's not really a menthol per se, because I hate menthol. I hate eucalyptus, like cough drops, anything like that. But I don't know. This one is good, but I need to turn this down, I think. I hate dripping, I really do. Makes my throat sore, makes me a headache, makes my chest sore, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm weird, if you haven't noticed. I'm not even really inhaling it. That seems to make it worse. I inhale it when I'm like using my Pro Tank, but dripping I usually don't. Dripping is a little bit harsher than, you know, regular tanks and cardos and stuff, so. But yeah, like if you've ever DIY'd, it's got like that culotta type of note to it. So I don't know if that's what they're using, but I'm guessing it's what the Breeze is. Anyway, I think this video has been long enough. I try to make it as short as possible, but of course I like to talk too much, so. And there was like a lot of flavors to go through, like legitimately. But anyway, overall I do like Ahlusion. Some weird stuff going on with the company right now. I'm not really sure what's going on, but yeah, just keep an eye out on an additional video, because I have, like I said, about I think 9 more flavors to go through eventually. And then, you know, open source should be next.